Welcome, guys. Join me as I dive into the world of correctional officers and take the challenges of finding out if they're really more prone to complacency.
Ready.
Now, complacency among correctional officers is a crucial topic that's often overlooked, but it's one that we have to have that could lead to serious consequences on the safety and the security of corrections of the correctional facilities. Now, when officers become complacent, they start to cut corners, ignore protocols, and simply go through the motions, which can create an environment that is ripe for disaster. Now, the impact of complacency can be devastating and leading to the escapes and assaults or even death. Someone can get hurt. And like I said, someone can get killed. It's a topic that deserves our attention, and that's exactly what I'm fixing to go through. Now, as we explore this topic, it is essential to understand that complacency is not unique to correction officers. And one of the reasons why it's not just unique to correction officers is because we do the same thing day in and day out. It can affect anyone in this profession, but the stakes are much higher in a correctional facility. Now, the question is, are correctional officers more prone to complacency than others? To answer that, we need to look through the challenges that face daily, which can contribute to a sense of complacency. Now, one thing you got to realize, correctional officers, we are in a high stress environment dealing with violent inmates. We also are managing with gang members and overseeing the facilities that is often overcrowded, and a lot of the facilities are even understaffed. They don't even have the staff to man the full facility like they're supposed to, making sure their routines are fulfilled like we should. Now, we're responsible for maintaining order, enforcing the rules, and keeping peace while protecting ourselves and our coworkers. Now, this job is very physical and emotional. It takes a toll of a lot of us. Now, here's another thing that causes a toll on us. It causes burnout. For the simple fact is, if you work an 8.5 hour shift, you might end up working 12 hours because of a staff shortage, or up to 16 hours. Now, if you have a transport out there, you might be even talking about more hours on that day because you don't know what time you're going to get back. You may have a flat tire or something might happen. It might delay you. Now, the monotony of the job also leads to desensitizing, where officer becomes numb to the sight and sound of some things that happens at a facility. Now, you ask me, what can we possibly see that's desensitizing? Well, I'll give you an example. It's not every day you see someone cut for attention. I'll give you an example of this. I know an inmate that cut his guts 3 years in a row on Super Bowl night so he can go see the freaking Super Bowl. Not exaggerating this. This is what we're talking about. Having to deal with the weird, unusual things that inmates will do. They will cut and cause a bloody room just because they didn't get something. I had a guy the other day that totally showed his butt because he didn't get a freaking cookie. I understand that is our job to give them what they're supposed to have. Was it on the menu? Yes. But the problem is food service is on the other side of the compound. He didn't give the officer time to get someone sent to go get that cookie and bring it to him. That kind of stuff will desensitize you on your thinking on how people should act. Now, when people becomes complacent, what starts to happen is they start ignoring the rules. You start overlooking the dangers. But it's essential to recognize the signs and take action to prevent it. Long-term exposures to violence and trauma can contribute to complacency. Correctional officers may even become desensitizing to the brutal they witness. We see a lot of stuff. I've seen an inmate get stabbed on his neck. Things happen. I have an inmate that's on death row right now because he stabbed a guy 100 times. That was the most, out of 16 years, that's still the most crucial thing I have ever seen. And this kind of stuff can traumatize a person. Now, when they started talking about PTSD on correctional officers, I used to think it was a joke, but after doing this job for several years. No, that stuff is not a joke. The environment itself can play a significant role in fostering complacency. Correctional facilities are often isolated, with officers working behind the wall and fence, far removed from the public eye. Now, the physical isolation can even lead to a sense of detachment, making it easier for officers to disconnect from their work and become complacent. Now, challenges like these can create an atmosphere where complacency thrives, but it's essential to recognize that officers are not immune to the consequences of their actions. Complacency can lead to devastating outcome, and it's crucial to understand the risk and take the steps to migrate them. Okay, study has constantly shown that complacency is a significant threat to law enforcement and corrections. Now, the National Institution of Justice has found complacency was a major factor in police misconduct, with officers often engaging in risky behaviors due to the sense of invincibility. They think they're freaking Superman because they see so much crap, but they don't give them an excuse to do it. Now, another study by the Bureau of Justice Statistics revealed that complacency was the leading cause of correctional officers' fatalities. Now, experts agree that complacency is a pervasive problem in law enforcement and corrections. That's why we need to help each other. We need a buddy system. To keep people out of trouble. Say, hey, buddy, hey, you gonna do this check? It's your turn, buddy. Now, Dr. John Sullivan, he's a renowned expert in police psychology. He knows that complacency can be a silent killer, causing officers to underestimate the risk and overestimate their abilities. Now, Dr. Richard Reinblatt, he's a leading researcher on corrections, argues that complacency is the major obstacles to effective corrections, leading to a culture of apathy and disregard of safety protocol. I have seen some people do some stupid stuff. Real life examples of incidents that occur due to complacency are numerous. In one case, a correctional officer failed to patrol his assigned area, leading to an inmate escape. Another instance, an officer ignored the safety protocols, resulting in near fatal stab. Now, these are examples that can be devastating consequences of complacencies and need for ongoing training and support. Now, we know what we're doing every day. Another sign of complacency is, hey, when you get work a post that, hey, the new officer should be working. Oh, I shouldn't do this because I've been here 10, 15 years. That's not a damn excuse. Do your job. Do your job. Now, facility in New York, the investigation revealed that multiple officers had become complacent, ignoring security protocols and failing to perform routine checks. The escape resulted in the massive manhunt and eventually a shooting of Richard Matt. When you're complacent, not only you can get someone hurt or killed, you may be one of the people that you are overseeing. Do you understand? If you don't do your security checks and an inmate passes away and dies, they're going to pull cameras and you didn't do your checks. Guess what? Get ready to get some handcuffs, some jewelry. That shit is not great. Seen it happen. There's more to getting fired. Now, the incident at the Clinton Correctional Facility serves as a stark reminder of the dangers of complacencies. Now, it's a wake-up call for correctional officers, administrators, and policymakers. Now, take action to prevent the incidents to occur by recognizing the signs of complacency and addressing the underlying causes can create a safer and more secure environment for both the officer and the inmates. Now, I said all of that to get to complacency is a serious issue that affects correctional officers, just like any other professions. Now, the challenges they face daily, combined with the stress, trauma, desensitizing, and creating the environment that conducts complacencies, but it's essential to recognize these risks. Like I said, get a buddy system. Let's help prevent each other from complacency. Let's do our job. Security checks. If you do nothing all day long, make sure you look at them damn windows and make sure that everybody's alive, not hurting nobody, not hurting each other. Now, we can help correctional officers stay vigilant and focused, ultimately creating a safer and more secure correctional facility. Now, as always, I appreciate you watching Beyond the Badge, Inside the Bars. Now, I'd like to hear your thoughts and your critical topics on this comments. If you're interested in more and learning more about the challenges we face in law enforcement, professions, corrections, be sure to check out my other videos. Now, if there's a topic you want to talk about, put it in the comments below. And like always, thank you for watching.